My name is Jim Fung, and this year I will make $500,000 online by using AI. And I'm just a regular guy because before I got started, I had no tech skills, I had no successful business experience, and I honestly didn't really know what I was doing. And when I first got started, I was working a regular job just looking to earn extra income online. Now, fast forward to now, and over the last 2 to 3 years, I've made over $1 million online. And this year, in 2025, we're at around $300,000 in August. I'm actually gonna log into my Stripe and just show you. I don't know if you can see that. I think it is, but I'm just gonna put the screenshot in. But we're at $300,000 for the year, and it's August. So we're on track to make $500,000 by the end of the year. All of this from an AI business model that literally anyone can start with a laptop, an internet connection, and with 1 to 2 hours a day. And honestly, it's something that you could literally copy and earn $5,000 to $10,000 a month with. So most people think that the best way to start a business is by taking on all of the risk by spending tens of thousands of dollars into starting a product-based business like dropshipping or Amazon FBA, or by spending years starting things like a marketing agency. But the thing that no one realizes is that some of the largest businesses in the world, they're not taking all of the risks themselves either. They're simply using what's called the middleman model, where they're simply acting as the middleman, connecting demand with where the supply is. So let's take Uber, for example, a company who earns billions of dollars connecting drivers with riders, or Airbnb, who's worth over $80 billion. They earn their money by connecting people who have homes with the people who want to stay in them. So the thing that nobody realizes about making a lot of money is right now is the smartest way to start a business is not by taking off the risk, by investing a ton of your capital, or by coming up with some crazy startup idea, but rather it's by using AI to be a middleman. And here's where this gets really exciting. Because if you really think about it, the biggest opportunity to be a middleman right now isn't renting out your home or giving rides as an Uber driver, it's helping businesses get more customers. See, this is the number one problem that every business in the world has. Because if they don't have a steady flow of new customers, then they're just simply not making any money, right? They can't pay their employees, and eventually they just kind of shut down and go bankrupt and things like that. That's why generating leads, which is just a fancy way of saying finding people who might be interested in what a business sells, is such a huge industry. Because for decades, companies have literally been paying salespeople six-figure salaries just to do this one job. These are sales reps, also called sales development reps or SDRs, who would essentially just sit there all day just typing around, writing cold emails, which are just emails that you send to people that you've never talked to before, where you're kind of just introducing a business and seeing if they're interested. And then sending them out one by one, hoping to book calls and hoping to bring in new clients. But in 2025, that whole process just looks completely different because now with AI, it could do 90% of the work for you. So rather than sitting at your desk just sending emails all day, AI can instantly write them, personalize them, and automation tools can send them out at scale, whether you're at the restaurant, you're at the gym. So what used to take a full-time team, one person with a laptop can now do this for 1 to 2 hours a day. And that's exactly what this opportunity is, and it's called AI lead generation, where you're essentially plugging AI into a proven business model that already works and positioning yourself as the middleman between the businesses and the customers that they need, and you're using AI to streamline and shortcut the process. So let me actually just walk you through how this actually works and give you a simple example. So let's say you're a marketing agency client, and this agency, they're helping restaurants grow by using social media marketing. So think TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, that kind of stuff. Your job as an AI lead generator is not to run their ads, is not to run their social media. Your only job is to help them get in front of more restaurants who might be interested in what they do. And the way you do that is by using AI to send cold emails on their behalf. Now, cold emails are just emails that you send to people who you've never talked to before, basically saying, hey, here's who we are, here's what we do, would be open for a very quick chat. So you're sending these emails to restaurant owners, and your only goal is to book a sales call between the agency and the restaurant owner. That's it. You're not the one who's taking the sales calls. You're not the one selling their service. You're simply connecting the business that want new customers with the people who want to buy it. And for doing that, businesses will happily pay you anywhere between $1,000 to $3,000 a month. My very first client actually paid me over $3,000 a month every single month to do exactly this. And I didn't have any prior experience. I didn't have any special skills. All I did was I just learned how to use AI to write and send these emails, and businesses were happy to pay me this because it just worked and they were able to make more money. And I'm not the only one, because at this point, I've actually helped hundreds of people get started with AI lead generation, and they've been able to land their first clients too. And almost all of them are charging anywhere between $1,000 to $3,000 a month because the demand is just insane right now. Because hardly anyone even knows this exists right now, so there's just a massive early mover's advantage. But honestly, that window of opportunity, it won't stay open forever. Just like with any new opportunity, the people who get in early are the ones who will win the most. And here's where things really start to click. Because let's just say you only get 3 clients paying you, let's say $2,000 a month each. That's already $6,000 a month, more than most people make at their full-time jobs. Now, let's say you push a little harder and you get to 5 clients paying you $3,000 a month. Well, that's $15,000 a month. And that's $180,000 a year. We have people that I personally work with who have been able to achieve that. And remember, you're not running ads for them. You're not building websites. You're not sitting on sales calls. All you're doing is you're using AI to send emails that connect businesses to new customers. And the craziest part is this really doesn't take a ton of your time. Because once you know how to set up the system, you're spending maybe 1 to 2 hours a day just running it. And that's why this is such a big, massive opportunity right now. And here's why this window opportunity is really just so rare. Because AI right now is kind of like Bitcoin back in 2011. Everyone could see that it was just going to be big, that it was going to explode, but only a few people actually jumped in early. And those were the ones who became millionaires. Now, fast forward a couple years later, and the space is just crowded, and the early advantage was kind of just gone, right? And that's exactly where AI lead generation is today. In a year or two, everyone's going to be trying to do this, but right now, the opportunity is just wide open for people who get in early. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Well, if it's so simple, why wouldn't businesses just do this themselves? And the answer is sure, they could, just like you could technically learn how to cut your own hair or fix your own car. But most people don't. Why? Because they'd rather just pay an expert to do it right. And businesses are the exact same. They don't want to spend weeks just trying to figure out AI, learn how all of it works, or risk messing it all up. They'd rather just pay someone who already knows what they're doing, and that someone could potentially be you. And that's the bigger picture here, because AI is changing the world fast. The old ways of doing things simply don't work anymore because AI has simply leveled the playing field. It's lowering the barrier of entry so that literally anyone with a laptop, some curiosity, and the drive to learn can literally get started. And just to make this really clear, because I know someone's gonna say in the comments, doesn't this sound like a get-rich-quick scheme? And this is not that. Because this is a real business, this is a real opportunity. This will take time, it will take work, and it's definitely not easy. Because if your goal is to make an extra $3,000 to $10,000 a month, maybe outside your job, then you should expect to put in 1 to 2 hours a day consistently. It's a simple business model to understand, but it's 100% not easy. And I also want to bring up a quick disclaimer because I don't want to mislead anyone. In no way, shape, or form am I suggesting that you will make any money with this. Because actually, according to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, over 65% of businesses actually end up failing, and statistically, most people will not become millionaires with this. So all I'm doing in this video is simply sharing what has worked for me and why I believe this is the simplest AI business model right now to anyone who's trying to make an extra $3,000 to $10,000 a month online. Because I could tell you from my own personal experience, before I got started with this, I literally failed everything, right? I tried things like dropshipping, I failed, I actually ended up losing money. I then tried a marketing agency, that failed too, and I didn't make a single dollar online until I started my AI lead generation business. But by my very third month, I was able to land 4 clients, each paying me anywhere between $2,000 and $3,000 a month, and that's actually how I got to my first $10,000 month. Now fast forward today, and I've made over $1 million online with AI lead generation, and this year alone, I'm on track to do $500,000. But honestly, the most important part isn't just the money. It's about the lifestyle, right? I get to work whenever I want, where I want, I can travel, I can spend more time with the people I actually care about, and have full control over my time in a way that I just never did when I was stuck at a job. And I'm not saying any of this to brag or to show off. I'm simply saying it and sharing it with you to show you what's possible if you're in the right opportunity and if you actually take action. Because since I started, I've also helped hundreds of regular people start their own AI lead generation businesses. And I've seen people succeed with this from literally all walks of life, right? College students, young professionals who just graduated, people in careers looking to make a change. And many of them are now earning $3,000, $5,000, even $10,000 a month on the side of their job, all because of AI lead generation. So if you're curious, if you're interested and you want to learn more about AI lead generation, what this all involves, how you could get started with this, the first link in the description is to a video where I share exactly what AI lead generation is in detail, what the step-by-step process looks like, and how you could potentially start your own AI lead generation business and earn $3,000 to $10,000 a month in the next 90 days. But that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.